Hey, this is Chris B, otherwise known as Bystander X79, and today's video, I know, weird, 2 videos in 1 week, but this just dropped on me recently, and I just decided I need to do a video on this, and this is going to be on the OCG Banlist that goes into effect of April 1st, 2018, alright? Now, you're thinking, well, Chris, you're a TCG player. Why should you care about the OCG list? Well, the OCG ban list could give us a sign about what could be coming our way when we get our ban list. Our ban list is due out no sooner than April, so just keep putting that up there. All right. Now, there are a few hits here that are catch-up hits to our list, and then there's also a few hits that I pretty much agree with here. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. Forbidden, there's only 2 cards on it, up here, up at the top. You have Blackwing, Go Through the Vague Shadow. Okay, now that this card was banned on our last list, it's a Link 3 Link Engine single card type of monster. It needed to be hit because apparently Konami's not going to be doing anything with the tokens and the rulebooks. Probably not until after this generation's over, so it's banned for now. Next card up is Phoenician Cluster Amaryllis. Now, on my February banlist wish list video, that I did mention this card. If we got the Plant League, the reason why is that there's an FTK surrounding this card. It's just too much to turn around and just fill up your grave, bring this card back with a topological bomb dragon and just keep bringing it back and hitting your opponent with burn damage after burn damage after burn damage. I mean, something had to be done. It was done. It's been great. I can tell you right now that Konami didn't really stop with OCG. Konami didn't stop with that. There's a few more hits to that plant engines, but before we go on, we got a few more cards here. Okay, the next card is one of the cards that's actually coming off the list in the OCG is Destiny Hero Disc Commander. Now, the reason why it's coming off the list is they actually picked up a errata to the card. All right, I have the errata right here, so move it over so we can see the whole thing. But basically, the errata is that you can only use this card's effect once per duel. Cool. That one line balances the card. You generate 1 advantage and you're done. However, this card cannot be special summoned from the graveyard the turn it was sent there. And I can tell you right now, that second line is where I'm really having an issue with it because this first line balances the card perfectly. The second line opens a whole lot of issues with it. Monster Reborn is a thing in both OCG and TCG formats. So if you can't special summon this card to generate yourself a +1 on your turn, your opponent, if they have Monster Reborn in their hand, they're going to do it for themselves. And once they use this card's effect, the player who has it in their, who originally put it in their graveyard, isn't going to get it. And I think that second line is what really overkilled it. Although we got to really wonder about when we're going to get this errated card back, because we still haven't received Chaos Emperor Dragon back from the ban list, and it was errated into OCG. Alright, so next card on the OCG limited list is Double Iris Magician. That card was limited on our last list. Alright, Supreme King Dragon Dark World. Now, this card is nuts. Opens up so many plays in Pendulum decks. I'm glad something's finally been done about it. Grinding Golem as a catch-up from ours. We limited it, and OCG's catching up. OCG limited their Lone Fire Blossom. That's one of the hits to the plant engine to try to rein in that loop. They killed the burn aspect, but I guess they didn't want the loop to remain as well. So Lone Fire, if nobody knows what Lone Fire, you tribute it off and you can special summon it out on a plant type monster from your deck. It basically, allows you to search out anything. And of course, you have Predaplant Orphis Scorpio. So something's being done with the Predaplant engine as well. Alright, next card. El Shaddai Winda. Now, El Shaddai dinosaurs were a thing earlier in this format here in the TCG. From experience, I think a lot of players are going more towards the True King version of the dinosaur deck because it's a little bit more consistent. But this deck is still around, and I guess the OCG decided to go after it. They limited it when then now El Shaddai when basically is a continuous effect that where both players are only allowed to special summon once per turn, which is pretty damn awesome. It slows the game down to a crawl, so I'm guessing they're doing something about that. They also brought back El Shaddai Construct from the ban list. Now, this is something this is a hit that I don't see. I don't know. A lot of players are begging Konami to bring back Construct. I don't see this happening in the TCG at all. Primary reason? Let's just look at the effect. Must be first fusion summon. Not going to be an issue with the Shaddais. If this card special summon, you can send one Shaddai monster from your deck to your graveyard. Helps players with the decks. At the start of the damage step, and this is the one thing that I have that's gonna have to be something that have to be done. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles a special summon monster, doesn't matter where it's been special summoned from. It can be from the graveyard, can be from the deck, can be from your hand, can be from the auction deck. Doesn't matter where a special summon, it's just a special summon monster. Destroy that monster, and that right there is the issue with this card and why I don't see it coming back here in the TCG. Well, not right away anyway. The primary reason is that over in the OCG has a ton more Link monsters. They have a ton more things that are going on. So I can understand this coming back to maybe like one to probably try to balance things out. That one line effect where this pops any special summon monsters before damage calculation is just nuts. Added to the fact that it's 2,800 attack points. Yeah, you get a 2,800 attack point beatstick monster with the ability with a catastrophe effect on special summon monsters. I mean, seriously, this card will will steamroll the competition unless you have something that can banish this when it's summoned, like Bottomless Trap Hole, which is at 3. But I'm just not seeing it come back. I think it's just too much. Alright, now they also turn around and limited Spellbook of Knowledge, which I really don't understand that hit. Most players don't really run that many copies when the Spellbook engine is, I think maybe the max number is maybe, it's either, I think, 212 or something like that. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess they don't want to draw, OCG doesn't want the draw engines around that much. Trying to slow the game down, not bad. Invoke Mechaba. Well, Invoke Mechaba basically negates a lot of stuff. So I'm guessing, yeah, Wind and Invoked, combined alone are issues because one doesn't allow you to special summon that many times, and the other one just negates stuff. So it's like you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh. So now coming back down, we go to the semi-limited, and this is where I think there's a lot of fun on this. First card on the thing. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This is a card that that in my last ban list wish list, I had being put at 2. OCG, they're putting it at 2. I think I can tell you right now, I would love to turn around and see maybe a few more of the hand trusts, maybe Draw and Lock be moved up the list, but that's great. Alistair the Invoker, again, Invoked is something major over in the OCG. It is a pretty useful engine for fusion decks here in the TCG, so I can actually see Alistair being limited, or semi-limited, excuse me. Silence has been going down to semi-limited. That's interesting. I think we're going to have to turn around and wait here on the TCG side to actually see if they actually bring it down on the next list. I mean, I can actually see it coming down, but it's still a skill-based card. There really isn't that many copies around out there right now. Konami, had 2 chances this year in the TCG, to get this card reprinted. The first one was in the, the Wave of Light structure deck. And the second time they had it was in the Legendary Collection Kaiba. Yeah, I know it wasn't a Kaiba card, but still, neither was Delinquent Duo. And yet, that wound up in the set. I mean, that was 2 sets. They could have snuck this card in to get a reprint. I know I would have loved to see this card as either an ultra or a secret in the Kaiba set. Moving down. All right, the semi-limited True Draco Heritage from yeah, I can see that. I think it's kind of that the limit on True Draco Heritage kind of did hurt True Draco deck, so they're kind of trying to balance things out. I mean, over in the OCG, they don't have Masterpiece, they don't have Dragon Diagram either. So this card has to come back. Okay. Some more stuff. Tribe Infected Virus was moved from semi-limited to unlimited, actually, in the OCG. It really hasn't been doing anything over there. Ours is still banned, but then again, we got a lot more degenerate, how do I put it, Mermail players that would love to see this card. Summoner Monks, yep. This is a catch-up move. Spell Book of Secrets is a searcher spell. They're playing around with the ratios in this engine. They don't want to have it. Reborn Tango was semi-limited over in OCG. I think ours is unlimited, so it's great in synchro decks, but then again, with Needle Fiber around, it's really questionable now to actually be able to use it. Next card. Oh, this is something that I'm enjoying a lot. Pantheism of the Monarchs. They actually moved this to unlimited in the OCG. It hasn't moved down the list in the TCG yet. I'm hoping that this maybe might pull it down and at least start pulling some cards down. Make Monarchs a little bit better. I mean, Monarchs with Pantheism are insane. I mean, it actually helps unbrick their hands. So yeah, let's give them back some stuff. This card right here, Pyrovirus. Oh my god. I'm extremely excited to actually see this card come off the list. The fact that it was at 2 and Pyrovirus. Select 5 monsters from your graveyard, shuffle them back in your deck, and you can draw 1. It's basically reloading your deck and you're getting a +1 on top of it. I mean, this card alone can be extremely problematic depending on what deck. If we get this card back at multiples, oh my god, just imagine things like Shadow's, like Burning Abyss. I mean, this card would be completely and totally nuts in those 2 decks. There's probably a ton of other decks, including Monarchs, that would abuse the living hell out of this card. No, just no. It's too much. If TCG Konami wants to give us a +1, just give us back product grade. Don't to banish 10 cards from our deck. We don't have to reload our graveyard. I mean, reload our deck with cards from our graveyard. It's just a product grade, just a simple +1. I mean, and then Monster Gate is unlimited over in the OCG. That makes Infernoids a little bit better over there. Okay. And that's the list. That is the OCG ban list. You got my opinions on what certain cards might come over or might need to be dealt with. One card that's not on this list, Astrograph Magician. I really do hope to see that on the TCG list. Hopefully, maybe a few weeks down, maybe within the next couple of weeks, I'll do another ban list wish list for the TCG side of the game. You definitely are going to see some of these cards be on my list. But until then, peace out, everybody.